Guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So, Ckiminaj makes Megan Thee Stallion bow down as Megan's numbers are rolling in. And it looks like she ain't the hot girl when it comes to selling music like she claims to be. So it has been reported by chart data that Megan Thee Stallion's Megan earned 7.1 million streams in its first full day of release on FL0PŞ. While Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2 remains the biggest album debut by a female rapper on FL0PŞ USA. Pink Friday 2 debuted with 28 million streams its first day on FL0PŞ, and it's the biggest debut by a female rap album so far in history. Not only that, only 3 songs from Megan Thee Stallion's album made it onto the FL0PŞ US, okay? I don't know if any of her songs made it onto the global FL0PŞ chart. A lot of people are saying, allegedly that's a no. Utaku Hot Girl debuted with 574,000 streams. Where Them Girls At debuts at number 95 with 500,000 streams. Boa debuts, or not really debuts because this already came out, but it did 382,000 streams. And those were the only 3 songs that made it onto the FL0PŞ chart. The US chart, I don't think she made global. But I will say this. I think listening to Megan's album, I have a newfound appreciation for Pink Friday 2. I always loved the album. I think I gave it an 8 or 9 when it came out. Still listening to Let Me Calm Down and Pink Birthday and R&B. And Everybody. Everybody is one of my favorite songs on Pink Friday 2. And you can just tell that Nicki Minaj is a diverse artist. A lot of these other artists, these female rappers, are very one-dimensional. And it shows when they put out a body of work. And so I do feel like people should appreciate Pink Friday 2 a little bit more. Even if you don't like Nicki Minaj, you cannot lie and say that Megan Thee Stallion's album was better or even up to par to Nicki Minaj's album. You just can't lie like that. Megan's album was below mid. Let's just keep it 1,000, and it shows with the streams. And then it also kind of shows to me, no shade of Megan, you can't really chart high by yourself unless you're attached to controversy. That's what it shows. Because Flopazine, your last album, didn't really do too well because Nicki was paying you dust. Then you do well when you put out the Piss record because you was dissing Nicki Minaj, Champagne Thickums, and DaBaby and Tory and everybody else. And Nicki responded. That's what helped move the song up the charts. But if Nicki never responded to Piss, that probably would have debuted at number 50 on the Hot 100 and would have never went number 1. And this kind of just confirms that, because I'm like, how you doing such low numbers and you were a 3-time Grammy winner? A 3-time Grammy winner with a Queen Bee co-sign and collaboration doing 7 million for a whole album? Interesting. That's very interesting. And then on top of that, this is your 3rd album. Technically 4, because I do count Something for the Thotties. You may not count that, but I do count Something for the Thotties as an album. It wasn't a mixtape to me. So, this is just proof that Nicki Minaj got to start paying the girls dust. Because clearly, without the beef with Nicki Minaj, they can't chart. Unless they team up with one another. Unless she team up with Glow or Botch and Bender, that's the only time. Other than that, to get paid dust when it comes to the charts. The proof is in the pudding. Now, moving on to Doja Badu. It looks like Megan Thee Stallion is subliminally trying to get that Doja Cat collaboration. As we know, in Megan Thee Stallion's recent album, she shouted out Megan Thee Stallion in the song called Downstairs DJ. I didn't like that song, no shade. But she said, got a real famous cat. Like my name is Doja Cat. Okay, get it? Doja Cat got a real famous cat. So she, she tried to get some bars out of that. I thought it was a little bit corny, but I understand it. And like I told you guys before, Megan has been reaching out to Doja Cat behind the scenes to try to get a collaboration. Unfortunately, Doja Cat thinks she better than all the female rappers, and she don't like to collaborate with a lot of female rappers. I noticed that. You know, besides the Say So remix and Rico Nasty, okay, it's like, what other female rapper has she really collaborate with? She did collaborate with the City Girls. So the City Girls, Nicki, and Rico Nasty, and that's about it. Okay, everybody else she paid dust. I'm like, goodness gracious. Botch and Bitter want a collaboration. I heard Ice Spice want a collaboration. I heard Lizzo, even though Lizzo's not really a rapper to me, she was asking to collaborate with Doja Cat. And it's just like Doja Cat just be acting like she better than everybody. She don't need to do no collaborations. So let me know how y'all feel about it. If you would be here for a Megan and Doja Cat collaboration, let me know. Now, moving on to Botch and Bitter. Botch and Bitter goes off on Mob Radio. Again, she usually go off on a different blogger every other month. You know, she was beefing with Neighborhood Talk. She beefed with The Shade Room, Tasha K. She beefed with Impressive, I believe, before. So she do have a natural habit for beefing with bloggers where they don't push a certain agenda that she wants them to push. Now, Mob Radio made a comment about Botch and Bitter going off on the production team at the EBT Awards because she was upset that they were messing up her performance, okay? And I believe we went over this yesterday, but here's the video.
Y'all messing up my pyros. The fans is off. Y'all messing up my music. Fucking my y'all pussy niggas for. What am I paying y'all niggas for?
I can't believe the EBT allow her to call them all types of niggas and yell at them like that. A Latino woman going up on stage at the EBT experience, calling them all type of N-words and B-words, just disrespectful. But anyway, now Mob Radio said, I understand that people have families to feed, but I wish we live in a better world because no one should ever be disrespected like this in a workplace environment at all. This principle isn't exclusive to less glamorous positions, celebrities included. So Botch and Bitter goes off and says, girl, shut up. When you do a show, you don't pay after, you pay before. I paid $350,000 up front. The least they can do is get my pyro ready and turn the fans on because guess what? At the end of the day, that money is not returnable. Don't half-ass my show because you're comfortable when I definitely don't half-ass when it comes to paying. Don't tell me how to talk to anybody when you do the same, ho, talking about my kids and other deceased parents for no reason. Okay, so that's what Botch and Bitter said. But Botch and Bitter, don't you do the same thing? I could have sworn you have wished death on your fans and their mothers before. That's very interesting that you now talking about other people doing it. You do it all the time. Interesting. I guess black women are not allowed to do it. Only her. Now, Botch and Bitter also pulled up an audio of Mob Radio basically talking bad about her daughter, calling her daughter ugly. Mob Radio did clarify that the reason why she called Culture ugly is because there was a time when Cardi B wasn't really showing her daughter. And she was saying, you know, usually when, you know, celebrities or parents don't show their kids or they hide them, that means that their child is ugly. That's what Mob Radio said, okay, in her clarification statement about what she said about Culture. Now, Botch and Bitter said, this wasn't you talking about my child when she was 1 year old for no reason, but you want to talk about morals? Go to hell. You've been itching for a response from me. Go scratch your butt, ho, okay? Then she responded to a fan who was agreeing with her And she said, "Thank you for understanding. Let me tell you about yesterday. I spent $100K on pyro that we couldn't use because the production team failed to have the fire marshal go over safety with the new team, which is so simple to do. Spend days in rehearsal, learning choreography, just so for them to have the wrong mix and have to swap it out. Booked 4 fans so that they could be turned on during Bartier Cardi and never happened. You want to know why? Because they didn't bother to show up to rehearsal while hundreds and thousands of dollars was put into the show. Don't play with my money in this economy, honey." Then she responded to Mob Radio again when Mob Radio tweeted, "What I said about your kids? Who's deceased parents? Your parents are alive, right? The F?" And she said, "Girl, you know the nasty ish you be saying on your regular basis. You didn't call my daughter ugly. You won't," oh, I think she meant to say you weren't, "trying to pull info on Megan's father. You didn't wake your dirty ass up at 8 in the morning to talk ish about my sister, who you don't know nothing about. Shut the F up, okay?" So, that was another thing Bonton Bitter said to Milagro. Then she ended up blocking Mob Radio after going off, okay? Now, to me, Bonton Bitter is a hypocrite. And the reason why I think she's a hypocrite is because she talk about people's families, people's children, wished death on her fans, telling her fans to die, was threatening to burn a book that they made for her, always ranting about how she's not releasing music or how she's not putting out an album when they don't like a song. She do all of that, but want to talk and call people out for stuff that they do. I don't understand that. It's like you do the same thing, but I think she feels like she can get away with it, or she has immunity because she's a celebrity. She feel like there's nothing wrong when she do it because she's a celebrity and she has millions of dollars. Now, it looks like Gorilla Glue is clocking JT. So fans bring up an old tweet of JT and Gorilla Glue going back and forth. And JT told Gorilla Glue, "I thought you won. I stopped. I was being generous, letting you promote that whack-ass project that nobody give an F about. Nobody asked for it. You just be doing ish. Work on your craft, soften your voice. Everything ain't gotta be hard like your life." Damn! Okay, so that's what JT said to Gorilla Glue a few months back. And a fan said that basically aged like milk because Gorilla Glue has, allegedly, according to the fans, more hits than JT as a solo artist. Okay, even though JT recently became solo. But she has, 3 songs this year that have been making more noise than JT. Another fan said, "Work on your craft." You really would think she was a consistent hit maker the way she was talking. Okay, so, fans feel like, JT was, I guess, big-headed and thought she was better than Gorilla Glue. That's what they're saying on social media. And thanks to the Rihanna cosign, TGIF has moved up the charts, surpassing JT's OK remix featuring Jeezy. Okay, so, yesterday, JT had the highest solo rap song on iTunes, but now it's Gorilla Glue. Here's my thing. I think people are going to always go hard on JT because of her association with Ckiminaj. It don't matter what she do, if she right or wrong, people are not going to take her side because of who she's associated with. And so with that being said, with the Nicki Minaj cosign, fans are going to go extra hard and be extra critical of her because they don't like Nicki Minaj. So it's twofold. Now, moving on from that, scratch off clocks Ice Mirage, okay? So, Mistress Service peaked at number 47 on the Apple Music chart, all genres. And Side Chick Mama debuted at number 119 on the Apple Music chart. We're still waiting for the Paolify debut, though. Well, Give Me the Pipe by Ice Mirage didn't debut on the Apple Music chart. And neither did Fat Gut But with that being said, though, I do believe that Ice Mirage did debut on the Paolify chart. So, it's just polar opposites. Like, Scratch Off will debut on the Apple Music chart, but she may not debut on Paolify. And Ice Mirage will debut on Paolify, but not on the Apple Music chart. So it's just that they debut on opposite charts. It's really not really a big deal. To me, all these records are kind of flops, but Fat Gut or Fat Butt, whatever it was called, that song was a bop. Okay, y'all only slept on it because she was mimicking Nicki Minaj. But for, Nicki Minaj's biggest son, it was impressive. I was impressed by Fat Gut. It didn't sound like something Ice Mirage has put out in the past because she was imitating Nicki Minaj. And I think that she should have asked Nicki Minaj to be her writer. She probably could have had a lot of hits, but she turned down the heavy on it contract. Now, moving on to Queen Bee, Paris Jackson is begging Queen Bee to run for presidency. What the? Oh, no. Okay. A lot of people were not too happy with the presidential debate that happened a few days ago, but I don't believe that celebrities should run for presidency. I know we have Trump in office before, but I really don't think that would be a smart idea. Plus, I don't think a lot of people would vote for Queen Bee anyway. But if it was the chart obsessed races, y'all would vote for her. I can see a lot of y'all voting for the chart obsessed races if she ever decided to run. I don't think people would vote for Queen Bee. Okay? Not even because she's black, but only because I think people just hate her. They just don't like Queen Bee. Always complaining about something. Anything she do, she gets criticized for. So it'd be pointless. Even if she would have good ideas and good laws to enforce, it wouldn't make any sense. She should just stick to the music. Now, moving on to Botch and Bitter. She has a message for her fans, Section 8 gang. She said, I have everything planned, locked and ready to go. Everything I said I would do this year, I'm going to do it. Nothing is going to stop me. I proved myself before, and I'm going to do it again. Now rest, okay? Because a lot of fans were asking, where's the album announcement? The last 5 remixes have flopped. You got this baby bump. A lot of fans want to know what's going on. Here's my thing. The album probably could have been out now if she would stop ranting and going back and forth with, bloggers and fans on social media. She's doing all of that, but we haven't seen Botch and Bitter in the studio once. Okay, because she got Partisan Fontaine doing all the work. Instead of going back and forth with fans and bloggers, maybe you should try to find a hit record, okay? Because it looked like your time is running out. You haven't had a real big, huge hit, and I Like It, a Bodak Yellow in years. And it's saying a lot, no shade. It's saying that you kind of washed up, no shade. Now, moving on to SZA. She teased a new snippet on, I believe, X. And she has an alien mask on. She's double cheeked up, naked, in the middle of nowhere, around weeds and grass. The snippet sounds okay, but I feel like when it comes to SZA, ever since she got that BBL, she changed. In my opinion, I feel like one, you're always naked now, no shade, and it seems as though you're not using your talent to sell records anymore. I mean, you're very talented. Well, I wouldn't say very talented. You're talented. I wouldn't say very. But you do have talent, and I feel like you should let the music speak for itself instead of being naked all the time. It's giving Walmart Beyonce tease, okay? You don't need to give Walmart Beyonce tease. You're not a flop. I don't understand why you're naked in the grass. You're always naked now. It seemed like you never wear clothes unless you hiding from Champagne Thickums at the pop-out concert, which you did a few weeks ago. You had clothes on then because you didn't want Champagne Thickums to know that you was there. But the fans spotted you. But, the snippet's okay, but I just feel like SZA now is like she want to be an Instagram model. So let me know how y'all feel about it. I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And have a great day.